All right, welcome back. So, the very first thing that I would recommend that you do for your meditation practice is to create sacred space. I meditate in the same place, not always at the same time, but it's recommended that the first few times that you meditate that you try to give yourself a schedule. I'm saying like maybe for the first week, you just have to commit to the same place and the same time. And like I said, this is creating muscle memory for you that you can access later. So that your body's like, oh, like when you're, Pavlov's dog, we want you to salivate for the meditation and get excited about it. And it's almost like our body understands the next steps when rhythms are in place. So creating sacred space is the most valuable thing that you can do. If you can see behind me, I have some of my sacred items, some things that remind me of peace and meditation. I've got some candles and some crystals back there. My singing bowls are behind me so that I have access to them at any time, right? Typically my drum is right there on the corner. However, she's hanging up because we did some treatments on her today. She's got some oil and she's over there by the altar so that she can have a little love. The lighting is late afternoon and I'm seeing some really interesting lights here. There we go. Okay. So creating sacred space. I don't care if it's the chair in your corner that you use to watch TV in and read your book. If you put a candle over there, maybe some essential oils, a book that you like to read, a mat, or anything that, you would consider peaceful. If it's a candle, if it's just one thing, I would say, capitalize on things that are already in place. Like I've had this position and this altar, this table by my mirror for a while now, but it makes a great backdrop. It has a great focus to it with the greenery and the candles, and it makes me focus. And it's also kind of out of the way and I don't have to move anything. So when you create your sacred space, you want to be able to have this space that's already set up so that you can just jump into it anytime. Like I said, that's why if you had a chair in your living room that you read a book in, if that's where you want to sit and you want to meditate, then make it the same spot every time. Just do a little something special to it. Sage your area, put a mandala hanging nearby, or mats, or like I said, singing bowls and cushions. And this isn't to make it fancy, and this isn't to make it look like something other than it's not, or make you more spiritual or something that you aren't. But it's just a way to create sacred space by intention, so that when your mental state follows your intention. So if you're going over to this corner and you've got crystals and singing bowls and some different items there, incense or whatever, it just makes you think of peace. So creating that sacred space and creating a system of repetition. We want to make a schedule. If it's every morning at 7 a.m. before you do anything else, then so be it. Personally, I can't meditate first thing in the morning because my brain is, immediately, like I don't get up and do it, but my brain is automatically thinking about the things my body needs. So I get my needs taken care of first. I take my shower, make sure I'm fed, do a little stretching. And then when I get to sit down, there aren't any needs for my body. There aren't any needs that are demanding or interrupting. So I set myself up for success. So I don't do, it like a chore. I do it so that I enjoy it. And what's true is, when you sit down after you've created this sacred space, when you sit down and you're just new at this, the first thing that happens is your body starts barking at you. I gotta pee. I need something to drink. I'm more tired than I thought. My back hurts. I can't sit like this, right? That's the first thing that I noticed was I can't get down on the floor. You crazy. So ultimately what I started to do in the beginning was to lay down when I meditated, because it kept my spine nice and elongated and I could use open body position without feeling like I was going to fall asleep or fall over. But proprioception being paramount, I started to notice not only what my body's needs were, but the more I paid attention to my body, I started to notice the fluctuations and flow of energy in my body. So when somebody's lying to me, when I feel a pinch in my chest when someone's talking to me, right? When I have different sensations, I can correlate those to spiritual situations. Or I can also stay in tune with energy flows. So those are just a couple of the ideas that I have for creating sacred space. Create a schedule, at least in the beginning, because once you've created that muscle memory, you don't think of the paper, the pencil, and the letters of your name when you write your name. You just write it. Karma. Boom. You're done. But there are steps to getting there. You must go over and layer and layer and layer them so they can be valuable. So that's step 2, creating sacred space. So once you've thought about where you want to do this meditative practice and what time of day you want to do it, and what you're going to do next is set some goals for your meditation. Because the first thing you want to do is just a couple days is just practice doing it and not expecting too much of yourself. Just get it done. Sit comfortably where you don't feel disturbed, where you feel like you are able to pattern this so that you can have a habit created for yourself. Okay, I'll catch you in a few minutes.